Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Off the Reins podcast by the Stallion Stampede of the Shotgun Sports Network. We took a couple weeks off just to do a few little upgrades to the stream and make sure you guys have the best viewing experience possible. So just make sure that you guys go in and like, share, and follow, and hit the notifications tab. And make sure that you're getting all the notifications as they happen because we're going to be getting a lot of new information coming soon, especially schedule updates, stuff like that. So as soon as it's official from the league, we're going to post those on there. So make sure you guys are checking that out and hitting the notifications. We have a massive show tonight. We have probably one of the biggest shows we've had so far, but we've only had three shows so far. But we have Birmingham native comedian. You know him from the couch, on the videos, on all the social handles. It's Mr. Run the Ball himself. Welcome in, Mr. Jermaine Funnymaine Johnson. What's going
What's
on,
going
man?
on, Ryan? I'm good, my brother. Thank you for inviting me and having me on the show.
I appreciate you coming on, bud.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Most people know you from all your videos on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, but people don't realize you're a Birmingham native and you love Birmingham sports.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. I was born in Opelika, Alabama. I got to shout out the birthplace, so they won't let me back down there. But I've been in Birmingham since fourth, maybe fifth grade. So it's Birmingham is all I know. I can get you around wherever you need to go. And coming in the late '80s, I've seen all of the teams, come in and out of the city, and they become kind of nostalgic at times, and then sometimes they become a running joke. But out of all of these teams, whether it's been spring football or semi-pro baseball, hockey, the fans always show up. There's never been a league that I've seen, come through Birmingham and not have good attendance. And now here we are with back-to-back championships for the Stallions, and again, the people are showing up. So yeah, it's always good to see the city get to rally around a team bearing our name.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of viewers for outside of Birmingham, and even the U.S. So tell us a little bit about your love of sports, your background, and your background as a comedian.
Yeah, I do love sports. I love watching them. I never really grew into a sports size, so I never really got to play organized sports. But football, of course, my first love. It's just a game that I understand a lot. I wish I would have gotten played organized because I just really understand the X's and O's and the culture around football. But everybody was just bigger than me, and the younger grade. I just didn't like getting tackled like that. So watching is cool. Um, my mom was a big sports fan, big Roll Tide fan. I remember sitting on her lap, just her screaming, going crazy, cussing out Bill Curry and Ray Perkins. So yeah, man, it's all about sports. Got family that played, for Alabama. Some kin people that played down at that other school that shall not be named. So yeah, man, it's sports, man. It's fun to compete, all that good stuff. My background as a comedian, I've always been a class clown. So, when you're not on the field and you don't have to practice, you kind of make the classroom your field, as I did, and that was my first audience. So just always love making people laugh.
Yeah, yeah. That's I've enjoyed that too because I've always been kind of the funny guy around too. So it's kind of um, but Birmingham. This is the first time we've ever had all of the top the Big Five sports all at the same time.
Right.
The Birmingham Bulls came and went, and uh, then we had we had soccer for the
Mhm.
um, Olympics back when they were in Atlanta, but
Right.
we've never
Right.
really had all five major sports teams here in uh, this city. What does that mean to you?
That means the city has come a long way. I think it shows the diversity of a city that can have, football, professional football, college football, can house soccer. Now we got the G League here, NBA with basketball, and we weren't always a basketball town. Definitely weren't always a soccer town. So I think we've grown up, and people want to not only experience sport, but we want to compete with these other cities and let them know, hey man, we not little brother. We want to be a big dog out here. And I think the more we keep supporting the sports that we do have, I think the sky's the limit for whatever leagues may want to, set up camp in Birmingham.
Absolutely, because
Mhm.
it's we've had a lot of teams come and go, and it's
Right.
just been hard to keep that consistency. Why do you
Yeah.
think that the teams never really succeeded in the past?
Could be a lot of reasons. I think a lot of the teams came where at times where Birmingham was moving in different directions. People were maybe moving away from the city. We were losing some industries and population was going backwards. But now I think the time is right. The younger generations are growing up. I'm on the older end of millennials. So we're the grown folks in the room now, which is crazy. But now our world is smaller because of the internet, so we want to have things in close proximity to us. But then now we got some different facilities too. Legion Field could only do so much in his day. It's a huge stadium, still the magnificent structure, but when you going into a stadium like that can hold up to maybe 65, 70,000, and you only putting 2,000 soccer fans in it, it looks crazy. But I think now we've got a place where they can house things like that. Of course, the Birmingham Barons have been a mainstay since, probably forever. They're going to honor Rickwood Field coming up with the Major League Baseball coming back in. They're going to honor the Black Barons. Um, and I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan's season will come up a few times during that broadcast. So we've had spurts, man, of greatness here and there. I think we just want to again just be consistent with it, and I think we've got enough generations and enough people now that like different things to support all of these teams.
Yeah, I agree with that because, and there's been certain times like uh, where the leagues themselves just folded. So it's
Mhm.
like the CFL
Right.
that just it was just the league itself. It wasn't here in the Birmingham, but
Right, but and that's a good point that these leagues for I believe the last one was the AAF with the Birmingham Iron, and those games again were well attended. We did our part, we showed up, but the league kaputs the XFL games. I remember in the early 2000s, the Birmingham Thunderbolts well
mhm,
attended again, but the league didn't make it, and now they're back, and then they merged with the USFL. It's good to see the USFL back. A throwback from the '80s. So looks like everything is just coming back around, and I think we're doing better, once we get these second chances. Even with the Barons, we lost them to Hoover, which is, still adjacent, but we finally got them back in the city,
mhm.
and everybody's supporting. So we've always done our part as far as support, but yeah, hopefully these leagues will stick around for a while.
Absolutely. So, like, as we said earlier, the Birmingham Stallions back to back championships. This is going to be their third season.
Mhm.
Um, what was your thoughts when they first said that they were going to bring uh, the professional football back to Birmingham?
I was excited because I was, following the Birmingham Iron before they went away. I remember me and my buddies, we took a road trip over to Atlanta to watch them play. And I think it was the perfect time to bring back the USFL. It's you still got generations alive that remember the original USFL, so it wasn't like they had to build a new fan base. It was like, okay, the former generation is going to come back in and embrace it, and now we see that the younger kids have also embraced it, so now we're all together. Um so I forgot what the original question was, but it's good to have the Stallions back, and that's I was excited when it came back, and it looked like the rest of the city was too. It looked like Coach Holtz and the players were very excited to be here in Birmingham, and man, they wrapped their arms around them and showed all that love, and they're out there playing hard, and that's why we're two-time champions.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you think helped maintain the league this long?
The bubble format. I don't think people. I know people were griping about, "Oh, well, I want my team to play in my city." I get that, but you have to look at it from a financial standpoint. With them playing that first season in one city, that saved so much money because now you didn't have to pay for all those flights. You didn't have to pay for different television crews because you had them all right here. It was, you didn't have to pay for all the hotels, just everything that comes with traveling. So I think that was a smart beginning. And then, of course, last season they were able to branch out to three more cities. Still not the full gamut, but I think that part right there was the smartest decision. So shout out to Daryl Johnston, Moose, and the rest of the team for coming up with that bubble format.
Yeah, and we're still doing semi bubble
Mhm.
format now
Right,
with the merger.
right.
Speaking of the merger, what do you think? How do you think the merger is going to affect the success of the league?
I think it's good. I'm excited. I think people wanted to see USFL versus XFL, and now we're gonna get our wish. I don't think they're only there. It seems like they're only bringing over what, two, maybe three USFL teams. I know they chose the Roughnecks of Houston versus the Houston's USFL team.
Hmm.
So I think it's going to be exciting, man. They clearly saw between both leagues that there was great interest in spring football. And man, I had a chance to visit St. Louis earlier last year during the season. Like, those people are crazy about that football team. We know they had NFL once upon a time, so they've been hungry. And I know they're hungry for the football because their rival city across the way, Kansas City, is winning
Hmm.
Super Bowls. So I know they want to get back in that mix, man. But they were showing up for those Battle Hawks, and now we get to see, the XFL, the former XFL best versus the former USFL best on opening weekend. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm actually headed out to Houston myself to cover the
Hmm.
game myself, so I
Yeah.
can't wait. Um, what about what do you think about the fans in the stadiums? Like, what as
Mhm.
far as the success of the league itself?
Yeah. I mean, the fans are the lifeblood of it. If you can't, generate interest amongst the fans and create new younger fans, then That doesn't even just go for football. That's for any business or anything. Then you'll be doomed. But I think they've got some great, um, passionate fans in these cities. I think the rollouts and the promotion has been great. Having the networks involved has been a excellent help because I know that that spring window after the NBA playoffs. It gets some real downtime for the networks too. So it's a good window to fill. And yeah, man, you got to think about the fans first. You do. You got to take care of your players, but if the fans don't show up, it doesn't work. So the fans are very important.
Absolutely. So, like I said, I could sit here and talk all night about this, but
Mhm.
you got anything else you want to say to about to the fans out there?
Just to the fans of the newly formed UFL and specifically the Birmingham Stallions fans, let's show up. Let's show up. It's great entertainment, a great product that they're putting on the field. The entire world is watching because it's on some of the bigger networks. And Birmingham specifically, if we show up, if we pack out these games every time and we bring that energy, I think people are going to watch, and there's no limit to what leagues may come calling in the future. So, bring your families out, enjoy some good football. It's very rare that you get Bama and Auburn fans in one stadium cheering for the same team, so it's very
Absolutely.
cool. So, if you got young kids, man, and y'all love football, come on out. Let's support this thing and let's push Birmingham Stallions to the next level.
Awesome, man. Well, let everybody know where they can find you if they, which they should already know where to find you. And let them know what you got going on.
Yeah, if y'all want to keep up what I got going on and follow all of my socials or even drop your email to get updates, go to funnymaine.com. That's FUNNYMAINE.com. Visit my website. All the information is on there. And I would love to come to you guys' city and entertain you with some live stand-ups. So
Yeah, man. Every time I come see you at Stardome, it's always a great show. So
thank you.
I love seeing. It's usually a pretty family friendly show. So
Right.
that's good clean comedy. So uh,
Yeah, that's it, man. We just want to make people laugh and come out and enjoy the town, man, and not trying to be controversial or anything. Just want everybody leaving with a big smile on their face. That's how we roll.
absolutely. I want to thank you for coming on. Hope to talk to you soon, man.
Absolutely, brother
Appreciate
Brian
it.
Ryan. Keep going with it, man. Great thing you got going here, man, and go Stallions.
All right, thank you. And
Yes,
that
sir.
was Jermaine Funnymaine Johnson, everyone. How do I follow that up? Well, we can go ahead and jump right into the Birmingham Sports Brief. So, starting off in the USL, our Birmingham Legion FC hosted the Atlanta United FC from the MLS this past weekend. In the friendly exhibition match, we saw a high paced game on both sides, with Atlanta pulling off the win with 2 goals to 1. The Legion have their next preseason match against Nashville a week from tomorrow. I can't wait to see what they can do this season. A lot of faces coming back with the squad. Hopefully, we can make another run for the cup this year. We did pretty good last year, so hopefully we can do it again this year. Moving on to the Southern Professional Hockey League, the Birmingham Bulls hosted the Evansville Thunderbolts Saturday and were able to accomplish a comeback victory against to maintain the first place status. However, the Fayetteville Marksmen and the Peoria Rivermen are right tied for second place, right behind Birmingham. On to the NBA G League. The Squadron just finished off a 130 to 127 victory in overtime to beat the Windy City Bulls on Sunday. While currently being tied for seventh place in the East, it's still a really tight battle there for the East in the Eastern Division there. But we actually have another game tonight with the Windy City Bulls that just tipped off at 7 o'clock. We have a few more things to talk about before we go. As we mentioned, free agency's been kind of going full stride. Former Alabama wide receiver Slade Bolden was actually picked up by the Stallions since the last time we streamed. Also, we made history. The Brahmas and the Stallions made history by completing the first trade of the United Football League. And that involved a pair of DBs of Bubba Bolden and Elijah Holder. The Stallions are actually about to host the Stallions Social at Protective Stadium on Thursday, February the 8th. There will be a town hall style Q&A featuring Skip Holtz, the UFL CEO Russ Brandon, and the VP of Football Operations Daryl the Moose Johnson. We're going to be there, and I hope to see all of you guys there. And just want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.